Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. I hope you guys are doing good. I haven't forgot about you. I've been busy, and I'm sure you guys are too, so I know you understand. Look, there's no escaping it, man. I'm gonna have to talk about this whole change in history shit. This whole, you know, I purposely haven't made a video on the Charlottesville thing. I don't think I did. I might have made one. I don't even remember anymore. You know, it's gotten so heavy and so depressing, and I'm sure that some of you can relate to this, that, you know, it's almost all I can do to even put my mind on the subject. Although it's, you know, you can't watch TV without there being some anti-Trump, you know, white, blah, blah, blah. We're all fucking racist. So I gotta make it, man. I kind of tuned out of the internet for a while because it was just overwhelming, and now I'm all rested and refreshed. So, you know, I'll probably be doing some videos that I haven't done in a while, which were some of the survival type, urban survival bug out stuff, because, you know, back when I was doing the bug out videos, honestly, we were nowhere near as close to a fucking civil war as we are today. I don't think we've been this close to civil war since the day before the last civil war started. I mean, in some respects, we might even be closer. I don't think that's an understatement at all, and it's got my wife and I really dwelling on this whole thing. So many different aspects to what's going on. There's the survivability part of it, the what do we do, the mental survivability. But I want to start this video off and just talk a little bit about the left. You know, we'll call them alt-left, but pretty much I'm talking about these assholes that call themselves ANTIFA, which is I always thought that was kind of funny, because ANTIFA, as you know, stands for anti-fascist, and these are the people that are wanting to tear down statues. Who does that remind you of? You know, think back on history. Who's torn down statues and tried to erase history? ISIS is doing that. I think Al-Qaeda was doing that before ISIS, blowing up statues of, you know, the big Buddhist statue, these great things from antiquity that are destroyed now, and the museums across the Middle East are just being desecrated and destroyed, and history being erased. So, you know, now we find that shit happening right here in our own homeland, which is just fucking hard to believe, man. I never thought I'd see the day. And, you know, let's get it on the record here again, for anybody that might be a new listener. I am in no way, shape, or form could I ever be considered a white supremacist. And I have to give this disclaimer in case somebody's new to the channel, because I know I probably, to somebody that's a liberal and wants to see a racist everywhere they look, I probably look like the fucking Grand Wizard of the KKK. That couldn't be further from the truth. If I was to go apply for membership into the KKK or the white nationalists or the Nazi party, they'd probably kill me before I could get out of the fucking the interview, because the majority of my blood is Jewish blood, so they don't even consider me as a white person. If you go read any of their material, somebody who's got Jewish blood like I do, and I'm a Christian, by the way, but my father's side of the family is Jewish, and that would have been enough to get me into the gas chambers back in the, you know, back when the majority of my father's side of the family, my grandparents and great-grandparents, were almost all exterminated in Europe, Nazi Europe. So that, and my belief systems, you know, I'm not a white supremacist. Where I tend to draw flack from some of these fucking liberals is that I am not ashamed to be white at all. And, you know, sorry for all you Nazi cocksuckers, I do consider myself white. I did my DNA ancestry, and I actually have 1% African in me, so I'm actually I probably should be looking for reparations. I think I deserve maybe not 40 acres and a mule, but maybe 2 acres and a fucking goat or something, because I got some African in me. But that being said, you know, I'm not ashamed to be white. I'm not sorry for anything. I'm not sorry for slavery. Why would I be sorry for it? The fuck do I have to do with it? None of my family had anything to do with it. And I'm gonna just get it on the record here. If let's just pretend, hypothetically, that my grandfather was, you know, fucking Robert E. Lee. That still don't have jack shit to do with me. I did make a video regarding this whole thing, because I remember saying this in the last video. I'm going to say it again. My grandfather, may he rest in peace, when I was getting deployed to Germany, when I was in the Army in 1980, he said to me, "Don't you ever forget what those people did to your family." I mean, he fucking hated Germans. I wasn't there a week before I was banging German chicks. Because, newsflash, they weren't fucking involved in the whole Holocaust. Now, the chicks that I thought I was in love with, I'm sure their grandparents, you know, might have had something to do with it. But my point is that this whole fucking, you know, blaming today's white people for yesterday's fucking, I don't even want to call them sins, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we all know that slavery was fucked up. We all know it. But the sickest part of this country, America, is that we are the only fucking people on the planet that have taught ourselves, thanks to the liberal fucking takeover of all of our education, especially our higher education, all of these so-called college professors that hate themselves. They're self-loathing fucking white people who just can't stand the fact that you know, they somehow, I don't know, they have nothing to feel bad about, so they fucking hate themselves for shit they didn't do. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. It's a form of insanity, just like all liberalism in my mind. But, you know, the reason I'm not making a good point here. I'm not being too clear, am I? Let me fucking, sorry about that, man. I'm only on my second cup of coffee today. Slavery, and I'm not going to give a whole fucking history lesson here, man. You guys know this shit, and if you don't, shame on you. There is no developed country on the face of the planet that did not have slavery at one time. And to hold people in history accountable for having slaves is like 100 years from now, when somebody finds out that you drove a fucking fossil fuel burning vehicle as your method of transportation, and then they end up fucking hating your soon-to-be relatives, you know, your future fucking, your kids or your grandkids or your great-grandkids. Are they going to be fucking lynched because their great-great-grandfather drove a fucking fossil fuel burning vehicle in 2017? That's what people do in today's society. We drive fucking cars that burn fuel. Well, back then, people had slaves. Now, there's going to be some fucking white liberal or some black fucking wannabe fucking pissed off racist that's going to say, "Oh, are you saying that black people are no different than cars?" You know, use your head, dipshit. I'm saying that was the norm. That was also the norm in the United Kingdom, in Russia. It's fucking going on to this day all over the Middle East. You can go on the auction block and buy fucking little virgin girls that are kidnapped from fucking their villages. Just talk, you know, the Boko Haram or whatever the fuck those Muslims are. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, at what point do you start using your fucking head? So I think a lot of this argument about slavery and the Civil War is kind of a fucking stupid argument, because I don't really think that's what this is about. I think if it wasn't for, if it wasn't the incident that happened in Charlottesville, it would have been some other thing. And you can tell this because of the stupidity of what's happening here. Chicago, they just burned up a fucking a wooden statue of Abraham Lincoln. You know, now, because of where the statue was, I got to assume these were black people that did it, and you're burning up a fucking image of the guy that freed you. Yeah, well, you know, he really wanted slaves. And now I know there's going to be other people saying, I had a guy, yeah, the last video, hey, newsflash, the Civil War wasn't about slavery. It doesn't matter. I know my history very well, but the point is if that's what they want to make it about, and there were people that used slavery to fucking get the North into the Civil War. So, you know, slavery played an integral part of the Civil War, and the freeing of the slaves is what came after it. Now, on that note, and I am jumping around here from subject to subject, there's no way to talk about this without spinning out of control. But on that fucking note, with all of this anti-fucking Southern history shit, have you heard anybody mention anything about the fucking number of white people that gave their lives on the fucking right side of the Civil War? Do you ever ask yourself how many of these stupid Antifa fucking millennial cocksuckers or these black racist motherfuckers, how many of them realize that especially the black communities in this country, who almost to a person, they vote Democratic. They classify themselves as Democrats. And the Democrats were on the wrong side of the Civil War. The Democrats were the ones that fought for the South. The Democrats were the ones that came up and created and fucking staffed the KKK. That was all Democrats. Democrats raised the fucking statues that they're now tearing down. Those weren't fucking, that wasn't Republicans doing that. But these people are so fucking ignorant. They're either ignorant because they're stupid or they're willfully ignorant, which I think both things apply in this case. You know, so if the black people really truly gave a fuck, if they really wanted to fucking break away from what they see as oppression, then they would never fucking support anybody on the Democratic Party. Why is that? Because the Democrats, there's a reason the Democrats fucking bring this shit up. Now I'm going to talk to some black people here, okay? So white people, take a break. I'm talking to you black people that fucking think that I owe you something, or that white people or white civilization owes you something. So listen up. If you want to ensure power, you have to fucking have if you have any kind of an electoral system, you have to have a system that's going to ensure that your people get elected. Okay? That's just the way it works. So the way the Democrats have ensured this is by using the black population in this country. They use them, and it's an insult, because if you're too stupid to figure this shit out, then maybe there is some inferior shit going on. I don't know. I don't care if that pisses somebody off. How do you not fucking know when you're being played like a fucking skin flute? How is that even possible? Okay, so if I'm the Democratic Party, the first thing I'm going to do, and I had slaves, and I created the whole fucking Jim Crow, all of that was orchestrated and created by Democrats. Yet the black people love the Democrats. Why is that? Because the Democrats needed, when the slaves were freed, they needed to ensure that they had an entire race of people that would vote for them, and they do. They do it by giving them a lot of free shit. The first thing you do is you give them as much free shit as you can. I mean, the welfare system in this country was never designed to be a multi-generational fucking life-sustaining fucking, like a career. You know, I mean, I grew up on fucking food stamps. My wife is Vietnamese. When she got here, she was on food stamps until she got her act together and fucking was able to get off of it. It was supposed to be a bridge for people in need. Yet, I'm from Los Angeles. I worked in South Central Los Angeles as a cop. There are multi-generations of people whose they only know welfare. They're on welfare, their kids are on welfare, and their grandkids are on welfare. They look at it as that's their income, and there's no fucking desire or fucking movement to ever break free from that system. That's not what it was designed to do. This country can't sustain itself like that. But as long as you're, you know, nobody that gets a free check every fucking month and a free fucking house and a free whatever is going to vote against the fucking person that's giving it to them. And what's sick about it is you won't vote against the person giving it to you, even when the person giving it to you is responsible for this shit you pretend to be so fucking angry about. You know, the liberals have also, it's a multi-pronged attack on the black population and on the fucking ignorant white population. But I'm talking to blacks here. The liberals have purposely kept you upset and pissed off and made you, and taught you and your kids, they taught you and your parents, it's multi-generations in school of teaching you that you're a victim and you're owed something and you cannot get a fucking head. There's no chance for you to get ahead because you're a victim. Because in the old days, people had to sit at the back of the bus and they couldn't eat at white restaurants. That's yesterday, man. How come we end up with a black president, a black fucking president, and blacks are still saying, hey, we can't get ahead. We can't get ahead. We got black generals in the army. The last 3 bosses I worked for were blacks, made fucking 5 times as much money as me. Black chiefs of police, black governors, black mayors, black fucking crack smoking mayors in DC. On and on and on, and the black man can't get ahead. You don't fucking see a problem with that? I mean, it is, you guys are being fucking played and you're allowing this to happen. You know, I mean, let's come back to the fucking Charlottesville thing. If these statues were such a fucking insult to the black race, why was it, how come that when you had a black fucking president sitting in the White House, and you had fucking all the liberals and all of the seats and all of the power. You had the fucking Hillary Clintons and the fucking all the other criminals on the left. Why did they not make a move to get rid of these fucking statues? Why did this never come up? If it was such a fucking issue with you people, why has it never come up? Oh, that's because you guys and your new slave masters, the Liberal Party, the Democratic Party, they fully planned on having Hillary Clinton become president. And when they lost that fucking election, now they're spinning out of control and they need to manipulate you fuckers one more time. And they're telling you that, you know, first it was the Russians that got Donald Trump elected. And now Donald Trump is a white supremacist and a fucking KKK sympathizer. Yeah, but it doesn't matter that he's letting a Jewish guy, that he has no problem with the Jewish guy fucking his daughter. His own son-in-law is Jewish. There is, you know what, if there's any proof that Donald Trump is a racist, I will bend over and suck my own cock on fucking video. I wish I could do that. But there is not a fucking shred of evidence that that's the case. He's hired more black people. He's done more for the black community than fucking Obama ever fucking did, or any other Democrat. And yet, because your new slave masters at CNN and MSNBC, they tell you to believe that the president is a racist, you buy into it without being fucking smart enough or having enough honor to fucking research this shit on your own. These new slave drivers, these new slave masters, the Democrats, can tell you guys to meet at the corner of 3rd and Main and burn down the village, and you motherfuckers will just jump to it. So there's only two possible reasons why you're so gullible. Either you're fucking absolutely illiterately stupid, which I can't believe that's the case, or you're being controlled by opportunists who are just looking forward to a chance to fucking burn shit down and steal shit and everything else. Either way, it's not looking good for the fucking black population. And I pretty much feel sorry for the decent blacks the decent black people must feel terrible about this. You know, and again, I'm not protecting statues. Fuck statues. If you want the statues down, fucking go through the legal process and get them the fuck down. But when you start tearing shit down and you start fucking in your face, and then the other thing that's dangerous, not only dangerous for the fucking little pussies on Antifa and all these other people, when you start fucking accusing everyday working fucking cracker Joe like myself just fucking of being a racist, you don't realize how fucking dangerous this is. I know that there must be a perception that the white race, the majority of us, are just fucking, you know, shaking our head thinking, gosh, it's too bad the Negroes don't like us. And they just go to work and they come home and they just fucking hope that nobody jumps them and mugs them and cuts their throat. I'm sure that's probably what a lot of black fucking so-called activists think. Man, you couldn't be further from the truth. I know about 500 fucking people, and out of that 500, I'd say 499 of them are armed to the fucking teeth, pissed off more than I've ever fucking seen them in my entire fucking life. And they are getting to the point where they're fucking looking forward to the fucking, the flag to drop and the fucking games to begin. And God forbid, I hope that never happens. I really pray, and I do pray every night that that never happens. But I want to tell you something. If it does, there's going to be a newfound respect for the fucking perceived weak white man. I don't think motherfuckers that run around in Chicago and fucking shoot at fucking kids and everything, I don't think these people have any clue the caliber of fucking warfighter that lives within the white population. I just don't think you guys understand it. And I hope you never fucking find out, because I don't want to fucking be a part of it. I don't want to see it. You know, I'm going to say the one thing that's going to guarantee that I'm a racist. I have black friends. Well, fuck you, I do. I don't want to see, you know what? They're decent fucking human beings. They're not like you cocksuckers running around saying, I owe you something. I don't owe you jack shit. I've said it before. Again, I have to repeat it for the new people. My great-great-grandmother from Ireland was 90 fucking 2 years old when some black guy bigger than me crawled through her bedroom window and raped her fucking for hours. And the poor lady was so fucked up and devastated, she didn't even fucking report it to the police. And then not long before that, coming over the bank, a black guy grabbed her purse, and fucking when she pulled back, he cut her arm to the bone, and she was already like 90 years old. You know, that was in Inglewood, California. She's dead now, God rest her soul. But I mean, you know, I grew up on 104th Street in Inglewood. I have never fucking harmed anybody because of their race, but I can't count the number of bikes I've had beaten out from under me as I was told that I was a fucking cracker and a honky and every other goddamn thing. I know racism, and fuck you. I don't hold people accountable. I don't hold every black person accountable for that fucking cockbiter that crawled through my great-grandmother's window. Because I'm smarter than that. You know, I mean, you guys, I listen to all this rhetoric going on, this bullshit about fucking, well, we still haven't even discussed reparations. Black America, you got your reparations. You want to know what they are? You live in the best fucking country on the face of the earth. You've got your freedom and the ability, if you're smart enough to stop feeling sorry for yourself, to do anything that you want to do, go anywhere you want to go, and be anything you want to be if you don't fuck it up. No, because they always putting us in jail. Stop breaking the fucking law. Stop breaking the fucking law. Yes, the jails are filled with black people, and the proportions are out of control. But the question is not why are so many fucking black people in jail. The question is what's getting them in jail. Is it because we're fucking only, you know, the white police are enforcing laws that only apply to black people? Fuck no. Try staying home, dads. When you fuck the chick down the street and get her pregnant, why don't you try being there for the kid? So you don't have to fucking, when he goes to jail, you don't blame it on my fucking kids who are going to take my place in this fucked up country. You know, we need to band together and remember that there's a lot of people on this planet that want us dead. And another news flash for you black people. You're not welcome in Africa. Why don't you fucking go there and check it out and see? Or why don't you start talking to some righteous African people? I do. They can't stand black people in this country who call themselves African Americans. It's stupid. They don't consider you guys Africans. You can't name the fucking village you came from. What the fuck? I got what, 3%, I think. 1 or 3% of African blood in me, according to the Ancestry DNA. So what am I, an African American now? I got 60% from Ireland. So I guess I'm an Irish. Fuck that bullshit. I'm an American, and I've bled for this fucking country, and I've bled for my city, I've bled for my state, and I'll fucking never stop bleeding for the shit I believe in. And I am the most mild motherfucker you're ever gonna run into. Compared to the fucking people like my fucking neighbor. I'm looking at his house now. If you were to watch him come out of his house and go to work, he's just a fucking doop-dee-doo, I'm a white guy going to work. He is fucking armed to the teeth and fucking red-faced. And fucking hoping shit kicks off. But you'd never know it, man, if you heard him talking. He's got a low voice and he's just all, you know, don't let this happen, man. You're being played. Black America, you are being played by fucking the Democrats. And you Antifa motherfuckers, let me talk to my people here about Antifa. Did you ever wonder, look at Antifa. Look at the people. Go onto YouTube and just put in the search Antifa cocksuckers or whatever and look at them. And you wonder why there's so many of them. These are people, and the majority of them are white people, and the majority of these white people are little nerdy fucking people and fat, ugly ass fucking ghetto hoggy white trash chicks who don't amount to anything. They've got no mission in life. They've got no fucking future. And before this whole fucking racism shit was fucking, you know, George Soros fucking paid motherfuckers to start instigating the provocateurs. Before that, these were just gamers and skaters and people sitting around in their basement with absolutely no hope of anything more exciting than fucking popping the next fucking pimple. But now, they get an opportunity to cover their face and all wear black, and they feel like they're part of something big. They're actually experiencing something that is part of what it feels like to be in the military. Which is why they, if you guys want to fight, join the fucking military. You black people, if you want to fucking go fight and kill motherfuckers, join the military and try fighting for your country. Not over some stupid statue. And you Antifa stupid motherfuckers, get your asses in the military and do something for your country besides fuck it up. These people were going nowhere. They had nothing to fucking live for, but now they wake up, and let's face it, if you get one fucking fat, ugly fucking, you know, 23-year-old punk sitting on a corner scratching his balls, he's nothing. He's powerless. But if you get 100 of them sitting on the same corner scratching their balls, wearing fucking black masks, now they feel like there's something. You know? It's the same psychology that works in the gangs and in the fucking any group. People feel more powerful, and they feel like they got a mission. And now somebody's dead because of it. And I don't think that's going to be the only person that dies, that lady that got killed in Charlottesville. Who, by the way, and I know I'm stepping on thin ice here, but I don't know anything about that woman. I am sorry that somebody died, but I was watching her mother speak at the fucking funeral, and she didn't seem too devastated to me. How about you guys? It was like a couple of days after the death, and she was like, you know, you killed my daughter, you tried to take her away, but you made her stronger. You know, if that was my kid, I'd be fucking unconsolable for fucking 6 months to a year. Which leads me to believe this wasn't such a great fucking loss. There, I said it. Because that chick was probably running around smashing windows, smashing statues, and being a fucking out-of-control maniac. That's probably why she was standing in a crowd of other assholes that were out of control, armed to the teeth. It's bullshit, man. So, I guess I didn't really have a specific point in this video, other than to let my people know I haven't forgot you. And, you know, start thinking about survival. Start thinking about what you're going to do if the shit kicks off. You saw how fast Charlottesville fucking spiraled out of control. This shit could happen any day, any second. I just got back from filling up my truck gas tank. I never let it get below half tank. You should do the same thing. You don't want to be caught in the middle of a fucking nightmare and have no gas in your vehicle. So, I guess I should have a closing point. I don't. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm talked out. I just wanted to touch base, let you guys know how I feel. Hey, black people, lighten the fuck up and start looking around at what you have, the opportunity you have. Stop fucking hating the fucking white devil. We didn't do shit to you. You weren't no fucking slave. So shut the fuck up about slavery. And you stupid liberal motherfuckers that just can't get over the fact that Donald Trump is your president, give him a fucking chance. I've said it a million times when fucking Barack fucking Obama was the president. I would have happily given my life to protect him. I couldn't stand that cocksucker. I still can't. But he was my president, and he represents my country, and this is the best place to live on earth. All of these Antifa motherfuckers and these ghetto cocksuckers, they've never left the fucking city or the state. They don't know. I've been all over this fucking world, man. There is no country better than this. My wife lived under communism. She can't believe that there's fucking people here that are actually trying to get back to... They want to do away with free speech. You dumb fucks. Let me tell you something, man. You start doing away with our constitutional rights, and it may make you happy for a day, but you kill one fucking right. Get rid of our right to have weapons, get rid of the right to free speech, and you may celebrate that day, but that'll start the fucking train rolling, and you can't stop it, and eventually they'll get to the rights you like, and then what's going to happen? I'll be dead and gone, and you motherfuckers will be left living in a shithole that you're creating. So knock it the fuck off. Other than that, have a nice day. LMS Tactical, I'm out.